It's just a beautiful venue, really intimate, excellent beer and excellent food, and really incredible music.
I absolutely love their quirky and intimate vibe. The musicians love the place, and so the audience love it as well.
Okay, so we're in the music.
Everyone thinks we're a couple. I don't know why.
We've been best friends since school, so we'd always talk about how amazing it would be to have a venue, the kind of venue that we'd like to hang out.
Yeah.
The kind of place where we'd like to go to listen to music.
Well, it reminds me a bit of playing at the Bluebird in Nashville. There's not much separation between the audience and the person who's singing, which is a really cool thing for the performer as well as the audience, I think. And it sounds really good too.
We have a bit of a philosophy here that I've tried to create. My favourite moments of Green Note are when you forget that there's anything between you and the musicians. And when you kind of break down that barrier between the performer and the audience, something really magical can happen in the room, and that's where we get our atmosphere from. It's a real pleasure to see a lot of the musicians come through here go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes they get a little bit too big to come back to our little tiny room that we love so much, but quite often they come back anyway and just don't tell that many people about it. It's a great feeling to feel like you've been a part of that journey to that kind of success.
There are plenty of things about the Green Note that make it exceptionally special as a venue, and not least the two women, Amy and Risa, that run it. Everything that they do seems to be done very gracefully and very effortlessly. You know, all the way from DIY to the big decisions, they're doing it all themselves.
We wanted to create a scene, bring a community to us, and there is a scene out there. I think we've tapped into it, but also created it as well.
This is not a business you do for the business side of it.
You've got to do it for the love of it.
For the love of it.
You just feel amazing vibrations. You just feel great when you're here. It's actually very, very rare, I find, in London to be at a place with so much heart.
Good evening, welcome. My name is not Nick, I'm Oscar, and I am going to be hosting the virtually Green Note show tonight. Welcome everybody. Really looking forward to tonight's show. It's going to be very exciting with some great music coming up for you tonight. And very excited, we have some exceptional musicians, and it's going to be an excellent show. It's quite exciting for me. This is going to be I'm the first of a few different hosts that might be gracing your computer or video screens in the future. And if you are wondering who I am that guy, if you've been to the Green Note, who, when you think you've got a lot of space around you, you're going to get a really unobstructed view of the show. I come and sit directly in front of you and work the sound desk. That's me. I spoil your evening at the beginning, but then I make your evening great by making great sound. So, welcome to the Green Note show. We're going to introduce some of the acts that are going to be playing tonight. We're here every Wednesday and Friday, but tonight's show is featuring, first of all, a friend of mine and someone who Lauren Laverne described his music as being something very, very special. And he is a very, 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 very special guy indeed. Please welcome Jamie Doe, who performs under the name The Magic Lantern.
Hey, how's it going? It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's fantastic to have you. Absolutely. Then next we have somebody who is from Cumbria and based in London and was described by The Guardian as one of folk's brightest young talents. Will you please welcome Maz O'Connor?
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Great. Thank you. Delighted to have you on the show. And finally, we also have from just outside Sheffield in a place called Stocksbridge, nominated 3 times for Radio 2 Folk Awards. We have I was about to say, will you give a big round of applause? But obviously we can't do that. But we're going to welcome with all of our streams, we're going to welcome Gilmore and Roberts. Well, there you go. Giving yourself
Yeah,
your
thank
own
you very
hand.
much.
Very good.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to the show. I can certainly say that from everyone here at the Green Note team. So, first of all, I would like to give the floor to the Magic Lantern. Please play us a song.
Cool. Well, I'm absolutely stoked to be here. I hope you're well wherever you are. I'm going to play, start off with a new song. It's a song that I've recently written for the 4th album that I've been working on sort of intermittently during the lockdown period. It's called Learning to Swim. And I wrote it for a friend of mine, Chris Sheehan, and his lovely wife, Kat, and their little boy, Arturo. So this is Learning to Swim. When you came out crying, we're breathing fresh life instead of water. We drank you in, with hearts full to the brim, just learning to swim. And though we floundered at first and it wasn't easy, well, life made sense. A reason screaming, wake up. Well, I need you like the rain. Fill me up again. Love comes soaked in pain. Away. Never knows. Well, it's worth till it's breaking. We'll never knows it till it's breaking. Lord knows it's breaking now. The promise of each day dawning, sold neon pink, light on 2 small fragile hands, well, and fresh eyes yet to see the sea, but set to follow me, like the sea to the tree. Never knows. Well, it's worth it till it's breaking. We'll never knows it till it's breaking. Lord knows it's breaking now. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
When did you last have applause for one of your songs, Jamie? Does it feel weird?
It feels a little weird. I did a couple of live streams. I did a little live stream series of my own a little while ago in the middle of lockdown, and my flatmate and my wife were sat kind of on the other side of the camera, and we experimented with the first few songs where they clapped, and it was super weird. Like the sound of, I guess, 4 hands clapping is not radically different from, you know, 1 hand clapping. So yeah, it's been a while. But yeah,
sometimes it's worse than no clapping at all, isn't it?
We did a thing for one of our
yeah.
for one of our live stream things that we did a few weeks ago. We we thought about the same sort of problem, but we literally just got a sound effects off YouTube of a massive applause and just press play at the end of each song.
Nice.
Just so there's a really big applause.
Why not? Why not?
Filled the gap and made us feel good about ourselves.
Awesome. Yeah, like the sport, red button, turn it on.
Cool. It's my turn. It's my turn to sing for you. I'm gonna start with a song that I've kind of rediscovered in lockdown. I released it as a single 2 or 3 years ago now, and it's what I call my millennial cry of angst. It's called Extraordinary. Look at me, what do you see? Skin and teeth and bone. I wake up every day in a house that I don't own. Go to work for a rich man, doesn't give a damn for me. Is this what I was made for? Is this all I can be? Extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. That's me. It does no good to scream, it does no good to shout, it does no good to ask when you're getting out. Lease your life to a rich man, doesn't give a damn for you. Is this what we were made for? Is this all we can do? Extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. That's me. I'm a soldier running to your fight. I'm a freight train running you out of sight. I'm anything you need me to be. I'm anything you need for a fee. Extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. I should have been extraordinary. Do you want to try that at home?
Beautiful. We were joining in.
Well, you're singing good.
Yeah, with,
I was
with
joining
what
in
we
too.
were imagining were lovely harmonies, but I don't know, not sure.
It's a time to try new things, isn't it?
Beautiful, yeah. I love harmonizer. Sounds great.
That's so clever.
It is really
Thanks.
clever. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you think it's clever. I won't reveal the secrets because then you might not find it quite so clever. But
well, it's the plants, isn't it?
exactly. So
your
I've
backing
got
singers.
yeah, exactly, and the duvet. So this is actually soundproofing. This is not me just forgetting to put the washing away. But I feel like it's all atmosphere and the plants, the duvet together. They're like a backing choir. Yeah, that's what it is.
You've
It's very
got
clever.
to make do
Cool.
with what you've got.
Okay, we're up. So we, as an act, we do a lot of songs based around interesting stories and interesting people. And so this first song that we're going to do is a song that's, we think of it as one of our happier songs. It's about a guy who, well, it's essentially about an arm transplant that goes horribly wrong. It's about a guy who
That's
goes...
why it's a happy song.
Yeah, compared to the rest of our songs anyway. It's about a guy who goes off to war and he gets his arm blown off by a cannonball, and a surgeon comes along and he sews a new arm on in its place. But the new arm that he found, he got it from the body of a dead thief. And then once it's been attached, it takes on a life of its own and starts stealing things again. It's not a true story. It's called The Stealing Arm. Good and true, but once I grew, I got signed to fight upon the battleground. I was 6 foot standing tall when a cannonball took my arm from the elbow down. The surgeon came to see ASAP, but en route spied the body of a noted thief with many bones cracked but an arm intact, so he spliced it onto me. A month it had no feeling through the trauma and undergone, and then it started to return gradually, and soon took back to stealing. And from that moment on, I knew it would become the death of me, 'cause it's as broad as it's long, singing the tune of the same song. Though a life of luxury might seem appealing, still it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other one. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. So the arm upon my right had fingers light, and it taught all it knew to the innocent left, and it did so then instill the stealing thrill, resigning me to a life of theft. So down to the city I went with the sole intent to expand in a perfect commandeering sight. It was full of business talkers, daydream walkers, pockets heavy, heads light, taking all the things I ever wanted for my own, living like a king, or so it seemed. But the fortune of a thief to everlast was unbeknown, and I knew it would become the death of me, 'cause it's as broad as it's long, sing the tune of the same song. Though a life of luxury might seem appealing, still it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other one. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. I should have known that a stealing arm was trouble from the start, and I should have known that a fool and his money would easily part. I'm not a praying man, but around my neck I find a noose, a rope so tight without a prayer of coming loose. And I'd give anything now just to get down on my knees, 'cause a stealing arm and this is 6 and 2 3s. Although my arm was quick, and although my arm was light, and although my arm was crafty, thick and strong, it never was a match for the judge and all his might, 'cause the arm of the law was just too long. 'Cause it's as broad as it's long, singing the tune at the same time. Though a life of luxury might seem appealing, still it seems all the one, and half a dozen of the other one. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing. A ticket to the grave and an arm that won't stop stealing.
Sick.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome. What a
Very much.
vibe.
Cheers.
Cool.
Cheers.
Yeah, I love the guitar, kind of the almost a lap steely guitar, but obviously not a lap steel guitar, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit different sort of technique.
Yeah, it's cool.
I certainly say it's more like playing a percussion instrument than it is like playing a guitar.
Yeah, it makes me think of Stanley Jordan a little bit in a different way.
Oh, right. I don't know him.
Oh, he's like a jazz guitarist, but he does similar kind of like lots of tapping and different
right.
bits and pieces. Yeah, it's
Cool,
cool.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, check him out.
I will.
Yeah, it was great though. Loved it.
Thanks ever so much. Cheers.
I've
Yeah,
seen
it
quite
sounds
a
great,
few
guys.
people doing that sort of lap stuff, but I don't think I've ever seen a jazzer do it. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, he's kind of from back in the day a little bit, but he's amazing. Kind of legend. But yeah, check it out. You might like.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, beautiful tune. Okay, well, I'm going to carry on with the song. I guess the kind of the arc of the trio is sort of at least from those first 3 songs seems to be like Maz and I sort of been quite sort of intense, and then in a sort of a quieter way, and then Gilmore and Roberts being intense in a kind of bigger way, and I think that has its own beautiful shape. So we're going to carry on with that vibe, and this song is from an EP that I released in January this year. The EP is called The Life That I Have, and I wrote it really as a bridge between the album I did before that, and I guess the future, which certainly when I made this EP was unknown. I guess what was going to happen for me in music and what direction did I want to go in. So this set of songs, of which this next song is one, feels like a bridge between kind of being and becoming, and this song is called Family Affair. I have a big problem with naming songs, giving them the same name as other very famous songs. I have a song called Harvest Moon, I have a song called Albatross, and now I have a song called Family Affair. And it would be awesome if it was all search engine optimization, but actually it's just complete fluke. So this is Family Affair. I wrote it about my family. And since it came out, some people have really kind of responded to it in ways that surprised, and I was very happy about that it was useful for them. So perhaps this is useful for you, but this is called Family Affair. Well, what came easy? With all the frustration. What a cruel hand you've been dealt. To see the wave coming with nowhere to run to, and just a hands to hold. Well, it's a family affair to make peace with despair, and singing songs to stave away the tears. A wreck in slow motion, so slow it seems normal. that each fresh loss stings less. But joy finds a way through each new hole in our hearts, to even love. How lucky we are. Well, it's a family affair to make peace with despair, and singing songs to stave away the tears. Well, how many goodbyes do we have in us? But give me strength for the lost.
Oh, beautiful.
That was a lovely song.
Guitar sounds really gorgeous.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Just still thinking about our family Christmases now, aren't we? Or just me?
Yeah,
It's reflecting.
definitely. I was just thinking that, that it had been a really nice bunch of people for us to be on this show with, because although we've met Maz before several times and we've heard her music before and we love it, so it's great to see her play, but it's really nice to be introduced to some new music as well, so it's really great to hear you play, Jamie.
Likewise.
Yeah, gorgeous. Thanks, Kat. I think it's my turn again. Okay. I'm going to play you something from my new album, Chosen Daughter, which came out the end of October, which is wildly, ages ago now. I was obviously supposed to be out touring it over the last couple of months. Haven't been able to do that, sadly. But I'm going to play you one of the kind of love songs off the album. It's a love song and it's also a crack at the patriarchy at the same time, because I don't seem to be able to do one without the other. It's called Bones. Won't you show to me the bones of the city that you knew when you were just a boy? Won't you show to me the things I don't see, the ghosts that bring you joy? I would do anything to know where this love is gonna go, but you tell me to wait, tell me to go slow. I give to you my falling in the playground, all the grazes on my knees, all my little girl shame. Oh, and I give to you my fear Show me the place I can call home. I would do anything to know where this love is gonna go, but you tell me to wait, tell me to go slow.
I love the harmonizer. So sweet.
You mean the plants?
It's fun.
Indeed, yeah, sorry.
The voices in your head.
That's right. Every day.
What harmonizer?
Exactly.
That would be worrying. But also beautiful. If I honestly heard harmonies everywhere I went all the time, I think I'd be a lucky man.
Do you ever get that? I've been thinking about this recently, like, do you ever not know, like, what you're actually hearing and what your brain is putting into a piece of music? So, like, for example, if you're working on a track and you can hear, like, a harmony or a BV or a part that needs to go on it, and you're like,
I've heard it on other people's
on?
tracks as well.
Right,
keep
is that
hearing
a
it on
thing?
other
Has
people's
it got a
tracks.
name or
I think
something?
I don't know. It must be.
Yeah, I've definitely had that before. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just convinced that there's a piano part on something, and there isn't. It's just you can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We must all. I guess we're all geniuses, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Beethoven's everyone.
Us and Beethoven. Yeah.
I was just thinking that you two are. I was going to say Londoners. You're not Londoners, but you're Londoners now, maybe. And
Yeah,
for
sure.
us, this has easily been the least stressful London gig we've ever done. It's usually a travel nightmare for us. So yeah, this is nice and easy. So we're going to carry on with a song from our most recent album, which is, I guess, not that recent anymore. It came out about 18 months ago. And this song is a song that came out of a sad circumstance, which was that several years ago now, over 4 years ago, I lost my Auntie Pauline quite suddenly to cancer. And I found it really hard to deal with and really hard to even accept that it had happened, let alone that, sort of processing it and grieving and all that kind of thing. So to sort of try and help myself a bit, as possibly as a kind of therapy, I thought I'd have a go at writing a song about her. So we're going to sing that for you now, but before we do, I'll just help to explain a couple of bits in the song if I tell you a couple of things about Pauline, which will also give you a little flavour of her personality. So she was half Egyptian and she had amazing hair. Oh, I thought it looked fantastic most of the time, but for her it was the bane of her life. She really sort of struggled with it, and in the morning she would come out of the bathroom and she would say, "Right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Forget it." And the other thing that I wanted to tell you was that she often used to, because of her hair, she used to sign off from text messages or postcards as Auntie Koala or sometimes Auntie Hendrix, depending on the hair day that she was having, I think. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you was that she had a really unique laugh that was sort of two parts to it, a snort and a scream, sometimes simultaneously, sometimes not. But she would start telling you a story, an amusing anecdote from her day, and she wouldn't get very far into it before dissolving into this screaming and snorting, and it was just impossible not to join in, even though you hadn't heard the punchline. So there we go. This one's called Things You Left Behind. Bedspread that you gave me, the scarf I always wear against the frost, my initial on a bookmark that keeps a page I'd otherwise have lost. Your writing curled in character as it billowed from the pen. I wish I'd kept your cards so I could read them all again. Grief is mean but time is kind, and I'll make do with all the things you left behind. Your true determination that wouldn't let your troubled past lay claim to the life that you had conquered, except the hair you fought each day to tame. Your infectious screaming laughter as we played those family games, and how we couldn't help but join you long before the punchline came. The sound will ring forever in my mind, in amongst the things you left behind. The strength you gave your family, the thankfulness with which you greet each day. You were always so straightforward, you spoke the words that no one else would say. You gave me good advice, but you never pushed your views. You were the easiest to be with, that's what makes you hard to lose. But love and loss are always intertwined, wrapped round all the things you left behind. It's just how we're designed, and we'll make do with all the things you left behind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, super deep. I really,
Yeah, lovely
really liked
guys.
it.
Thank you.
That is, I'm the voice from the ether. I have come back. That was really a beautiful, beautiful stuff, guys, for that first half. Really, really lovely. Our regular viewers on these streams will know that this is the halfway point, a little bit like the Super Bowl, except instead of music being in the middle of the sport, now we're just going to have 90 minutes of football. And then we'll come back. No, we're not. We are going to have a little message from our illustrious founders. So first I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to Jamie the Magic Lantern, and to Maz O'Connor, and to Gilmore Roberts. We will have them back shortly. And I would like to welcome our illustrious founders, the wonderful, inimitable, I said that right, inimitable Imi and Risa. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Oscar.
Oh gosh, Oscar, no.
Are
It's
you
first, isn't it?
Yeah, are you regretting letting me out of my cage yet?
The illustrious founders, wow.
There you are, looking very illustrious, both of you.
Oh.
Oh, nice to see you, Oscar. Well, not see you, but we saw you before. Nice to have you on the show.
Some people might recognise that little image on Oscar from our postcard, from our Green Note postcard.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to hide and let you guys do your thing.
Yeah, hide away.
Oh. What a
Well,
gorgeous show tonight. I know they say this every week, but I'm just loving it.
I'm just sitting here smiling. Well,
I know, me
all
too.
sorts of emotions, actually. That last song
Yeah, that
really
last one
just
was
got
really-
me. Yeah.
But it's I love it when the shows just come together like this, and
Totally.
each show comes together in different ways. Some of them are kind of more artist-led, and this one was not artist-led. It was that we just kind of like,
We didn't really know they knew each other.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, I love it when things just serendipitously work like that. So.
And hearing harmonies, interesting.
I know.
I mean, the live harmonies, but then also I don't know what secret Maz has there.
That's probably why we're behind the scenes and we're not the musicians in front. Maybe we don't have that skill.
I know, but it's a whole different thing figuring out this kind of tech, isn't it? It's one thing being a musician, then it's another thing figuring out. all
Oh,
the
that
tech you
harmony.
need.
Sorry, I thought you meant the harmony in her head. Yeah, that.
Oh.
I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, it's true. I'm loving all the plants as well in the background of it. Actually, you've got them too tonight. But yeah, the artists.
I've got a really tickly throat, which is it's not COVID. It's just I got a little tickle in my throat right before we went on air. But I'll let you make a few announcements.
All
And
right,
I'll
sure.
try and grab some water or something.
So for those of you who don't know, we're here twice a week, every week, Wednesday and Friday nights at 8 p.m. UK time. We are on, so that's live. The shows also stay live, stay on the YouTube for a week afterwards. So if you're not able to watch live, or you know of a friend or another music lover that you think would enjoy the show, they can catch it afterwards. So do spread the word. Although it is much more fun to watch it live, you get to comment in the comment section and
Just know that we're all doing it at the same time.
exactly. And unlike at Green Note, unlike at the 3D Green Note, no one's going to tell you to stop talking, and that's the benefit of being online. You can talk as much as you want in the side column, and no one will reprimand you for that. So we're on all the social media, so if you're not following us already, please do. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us. Spotify, follow us everywhere, please.
There's our YouTube channel's just come up, which is our preferred place to watch these shows. Most people tend to watch on YouTube, don't they?
Yeah. We've just
and-
added like a ton of new shows on YouTube today, actually. So I don't know if you subscribe, if you get reminders, or if you get memos when we add new shows, but we've added a ton of new shows on our website and on our YouTube today. So
Very exciting bills.
We'll let you know a bit more about those.
Yeah.
We also have a mailing list. We only send 2 emails out a month, so if you're not on that, please join that. That's through our website. We don't spam you, but it's worth joining because you hear about all the things happening right now in the virtual world, but hopefully one of these days in the real world in our little venue in Camden, which has been closed now since March, and we don't know when it will be open, but it's still sitting there waiting for us. We had a big
Missing
meeting
it.
today, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we go on.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a big meeting with the Music Venue Trust, didn't we?
Yeah, which we still don't know when things are going to reopen. It's all, I don't think anyone really knows. But one thing they did say is, so we know the government has just announced recently that there's a big fund for the arts, which is amazing, and we're really grateful and happy that they're finally recognising what makes life worth living in this country. But we don't know how that's going to trickle through to small venues. We're hoping it will in some way, but
the one message that the Music Venues Trust did say was to carry on your crowdfunders, which was a little bit worrying in the sense of, we were hoping that this money would trickle down. I think some of it hopefully will, but yeah, they did say just don't stop on the crowdfunder. So we are now, it's amazing actually, people have been so generous, and we're 70% of the way to our stretch target. So thank you so much if you've donated to that. If you haven't and you'd like to, the link is just below, and that's going to help with running costs and staying closed, I guess, and staying open. Who knows? It's just basically helping us to keep going.
Helping us get through, keep going, get through this difficult time.
So yeah, please spread the word about that, and thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. As I mentioned, we've also got tons of amazing shows that we've just confirmed. Just to mention a couple, we've just confirmed Chris Delmhorst, Devon Sproul, Carsey Blanton. Our Man in the Field is playing next week with a different thread, and one more act to be confirmed. Who else? David Berkeley from Son of Town Hall, Robbie Hecht, Hank Wangford, who many of our regulars will
Legend.
know. Yeah, he is. And Jose McGill is on the same bill with him, who's the lead singer of the Vagaband, who are an amazing regular band to Green Note. So yeah, that should be a great bill with Big Steve Arlene from the Arlenes. We've got 2 takeovers in the next couple of weeks. We've got next week we've got Talent Bank, so Ray Jones and Talent Bank put on a regular night at Green Note. They're they're pretty mad nights, and they're amazing. And he's bringing, well, I would say there are 3 favourites.
3 of our favourites, I'd say. There's a lot.
There are a lot, but yeah, personally, they are probably 3 of my favourites. To the Green Note show, I can't remember the date, but it's in the next
22nd of July, so next Wednesday.
Is it next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, yeah. And we'll have the infamous Ray as a guest host. As Oscar mentioned at the beginning of the show, we'll be having a few guest hosts on, and with these takeovers as well. Yeah, Ray will be hosting a Talent Bank takeover.
So that's definitely worth checking out. And then we've also got a takeover with the Herd Collective the week after, an amazing group of women. So that should also be brilliant. So stick around for that. We'll come back for that. Don't stick around. That'll be a long time to wait.
So lots happening.
Join us for that.
Lots happening with Virtually Green Note.
Exactly. So thank you so much for being here. I think Imi had a couple of announcements. But
I did, but just to say, it's amazing that we've been going for so long, and we originally thought we'd do this series for a few weeks, but it's going to be a few months at this rate.
At least.
Yeah, and one thing that we haven't mentioned yet, I think, is that we're also doing an online open mic once a month. Rob Tom, who hosts our regular open mics at the venue, is I think he's done 2 or 3 now. He's hosting them on Zoom every month. So if you're interested in taking part in our open mic, the Green Note open mic is quite famous now. People queue up hours before we open our doors to get into the actual venue, and we had it there. And now there's no queuing required, and maybe some form of online queuing. But, and if you don't live in London, you can still take part. So it's become a worldwide affair. So that's always the last Tuesday of every month, and the details are on the Green Note website. So just check it out there. You'll find the Zoom link and everything.
And Rob also always makes these amazing he's an illustrator as well. He does these amazing little videos about it. So I think we usually retweet them and repost them, but they're definitely worth checking out. They're really sweet. And
he's a great host. He's been running our open mic for years now, and he's a lovely guy and a musician as well. And it's just a great vibe, very inclusive, and everybody's welcome. Yeah. Whatever the level of, if you're new to playing or if you're a professional musician, we have the whole spectrum. And finally, just the important the important announcement about how we run these shows, which is on a donation basis. We don't sell tickets, although we like to view it as a ticket, because for the suggested donation of £10, you have 3 amazing world-class artists. And we know these are difficult times, and not everyone is able to donate, or not everyone is able to donate, you know, the suggested donation, but whatever you can manage is hugely appreciated and welcome. And we see that some donations have been coming in already tonight, which is wonderful. But you can, if you haven't donated yet, you can donate via our PayPal link, which is listed on. We'll post it.
We'll post it in the chat as well, but it's also in the before the end of the show. We'll post it in the chat. But it's also under wherever you're watching it. It should also be underneath it. So.
Exactly, and if you're not able to donate via PayPal, just drop us an email and we'll work out another way. And just so you know what happens with the donations, each show we run these shows twice a week, but each show is a separate entity, and the donations for each individual show get divided 4 ways between the 3 acts who are playing this particular show, and the final part goes to our running costs to Green Note for keeping these shows going. So yeah, that's what happens with your donations. And yeah, someone just said this is the first I've heard about the Zoom open mic. All the details are on the Green Note website. So if you the next one is it the 28th of July?
It's the last Tuesday of every month.
Whatever the last Tuesday is. So if you check out the events page on our website, you'll find the details there. So yeah, thanks for watching tonight. I think that's all from us.
Enjoy the rest of the show, and we will see you on Friday.
See you then.
Okay, thank you, Imi and Risa. Thanks very much for giving us all that info. That's very useful, informative info. That's what info is. And now it's up to me. I'm back here and I'm going to reopen the show. So first I'd like to welcome back Jamie the Magic Lantern to the stream. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, I'm fighting with our back end. There we go. There we go. You're back in. And I'd also like to welcome back Maz O'Connor. And of course, welcome back, Maz. And then we'd also like to welcome back Gilmore Roberts. Come back to our stream. Thank you. All right, I am going to stop making noise with my mouth and let you guys get on and make some beautiful noise with your instruments.
Okay. So, I just wanted to say one quick thing about the Green Note open mic, which when I moved to London from Bristol in 2006, and when the Green Note opened, I used to go to their kind of open mic on a Sunday afternoon, and it was probably the first regular kind of playing experience I had in London, and I would go almost every Sunday, and it was such a beautiful, welcoming space. And since then, I've gone on to play at the Green Note a number of times, and it's always been wonderful, and I feel Imi and Reese have really supported me throughout the years, and that's where I met Oscar. Oscar and I have subsequently been on tour, lots of places. But yeah, I wanted to say thanks to the Green Note, and yeah, thanks for making this possible. One of the things which was suggested when we were invited to the show was that we might do a cover. I forgot about that until we had a chat on the sound check at about 7:30. So I had a quick think, and I'm going to play a song which is actually by Pete Seeger. I think Lee Hayes maybe also wrote it. The version I really know is by Sam Cooke, but this is a song called If I Had a Hammer, and this is a version of it. I had a hammer, whoa, I'd hammer in the morning, oh, I'd hammer in the evening time, all over this land, whoa, I'd hammer at danger, whoa, I'd hammer at a warning, hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a bell, whoa, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening time, whoa, all over this land. Oh, I'd ring out danger, whoa, I'd ring out a warning, yes, I'd ring for the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, whoa, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening time, whoa, all over this land. Whoa, I'd sing out danger, whoa, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing for the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a hammer, if I had a bell, if I had a song to sing, whoa, all over this land, whoa, I'd sing out danger, whoa, I'd ring out for freedom, yeah, I'd sing for the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Very groovy.
Jamie, I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, but where does the name come from? Magic Lantern.
Yeah,
Where
so
does
the
name
Magic
come
Lantern
from?
is it's a theatre in Prague, and I was living in Bristol. I was studying politics and philosophy, and I was very into political things. I'm still into political things, but I really wanted to come up with a name that wasn't my own name. For some reason, I liked that idea of having a little bit of distance between myself as a musician and maybe Jamie as not a musician. And I was just talking to a friend, and she was telling me how the Prague Uprising was organised in this theatre called the Magic Lantern, and it just stuck with me, and I liked the name. It didn't occur to me until later on that the theatre would have been named after the Magic Lantern, which was the early form of cinema, which was basically like a slideshow. Before moving pictures, the Magic Lantern was basically like a slideshow where you put in kind of like glass plates, and then someone would play music and also narrate a story as well. So I'm sure that the theatre is named after that, actually. So sometimes if people know about the Magic Lantern early cinema, the Sonny Lumiere stuff, they'll think it's from there, but it's actually this, some tangential connection with the theatre in Prague.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I feel like I read the phrase in a book recently, and I thought of you because I've been listening a lot to your song I'm sure. Well, I think you're going to play it next. Your big hit. A friend of mine sent it to me when they knew that we were going to be doing this together. And then I can't remember what book I was reading, but I saw this phrase, magic lantern, and it's one of those things where like you never hear something, and then once you notice it, you hear it or you read it everywhere. But I can't remember what the book it was. Maybe it was 10 minutes and 38 seconds in this strange world. I think it was that by Elif Shafak.
Right.
Shafak,
Okay. I've not heard it. Yeah.
I'll check. If it's not that, then that's a great book.
All right, cool.
Lockdown
Thanks, Maz. Thanks.
That's my turn, eh? So here's my cover. I'm going to do a Gillian Welsh song. If my friend Martha is watching, this is for you, Martha. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet soft and low. When I'm broken, I've got nowhere to go. I've been hanging around with them good time friends of mine. Been hanging around with them good time friends of mine. Oh, they treat me very nice and fine. When I've got a dollar and a dime. Weary blues everywhere I see. Weary blues everywhere I see. Weary blues, honey, everywhere I see. No one's ever had the blues like me. Oh, so make me down a pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet soft and low. When I'm broken, I've got nowhere to go. Oh, when I'm broken, I've got nowhere to go.
Ace. Very ace.
I thought we might have some Gillian Welsh fans tonight, what with Kat and Jamie being here.
Yeah.
Saying that, we were just saying actually, like we are both big Gillian Welsh fans, and I've heard loads of people do that song, but I never actually realised it was her song.
I don't know if it is actually. I think it might be one of them trad ones.
Sort of like old timey.
I feel like I've heard Jackson C. Frank singing a version of that.
Oh really?
Yeah, maybe I've completely made that up, but in my mind, I thought of Jackson C. Frank for some reason.
Sounds right.
We were just saying that we both think of the version by a band called the Stray Birds. We're both big fans of the band called the Stray Birds, who are no longer together, unfortunately, but they did a great version of it.
Yeah.
Great, thanks. Check it out.
So we're also gonna jump straight in and do our cover version now, and this one is one that we've been playing for quite a few years now, and it has become, I would say, one of the probably top 5 most requested songs we do, and as an act who do mainly original songs, it's I'm not going to say that's the most pleasing thing in the world, but it was our choice to do it, so it's our fault. So this is we sometimes like to say this is our favourite traditional American song because, you know, as Maz has just played possibly a traditional one, it's nice to give a little nod to your roots, and we're both big fans of American roots music. So sometimes I like to say that this is a song, a very old song collected by Miss Alice Cooper, but of course it's not traditional, and it's just by Alice Cooper. This is Poison. Your cruel device, your blood like ice, one look could kill my pain, your thrill. I want to love you, but I better not touch. I want to hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. I want to kiss you, I want it too much. I want to taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. Your poison running through my veins, poison. I don't want to break these chains. Your mouth so hot, your web, I'm caught. Your skin so wet, black lace on sweat. I hear you calling, then it's needles and pins. I want to hurt you just to hear you screaming my name. Don't wanna touch you, you're under my skin deep in. I want to taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. Your poison running through my veins, poison. I don't want to break these chains, poison. Senses tell me to stop. I want to kiss you, I want it too much. I want to taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. Your poison running through my veins, poison. I don't want to break these chains. Want to love you, but I better not touch. Want to hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. Want to kiss you, want it too much. Want to taste you, but your lips are venomous. I don't want to break these chains. I don't want to break these chains.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Vibes. Very good. Oh yeah, it's definitely got a bit of headbanging vibes happening here, isn't it? For sure.
Nice.
Right, definitely. Yeah, you guys. Every time it cuts to you guys, we kick it up a gear. I feel that Maz, I'm loving what you're doing because I think we're rocking this sort of in the same dynamic range.
I'm glad they're here, so we can keep being intense.
So yeah, I mean it's
great.
It's
just because there's two of us.
Yeah, we're just louder.
Yeah, twice as loud as you two.
Right. Well, I mean it sounds great. I mean I'm loving it. All good. What an awesome little covers round.
Yeah.
There's some lively discussion on the chat about who wrote "Lay Me Down and Pallet on Your Floor" from Gillian saying that. Well, Mississippi John Hurt is definitely getting a strong vote for writing it. Although Mouse Assassins says Ethel Waters did it around the same time. So I think there's definitely
some research to be done there.
Indeed, by a beautiful song, and I think you nailed it, Maz.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Yeah, Poison, sick. Great. Well, I guess I'll kick off with the last of this little kind of trio of rounds. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to play one more song. I'm not sure. I might play a song called Holding Hands. The thing is that I cannibalized some of the chords for the cover I did because I was quite short notice. So, but we are a semitone apart, and maybe that's enough. So, if you're the kind of person who finds yourself drawn to chord voicings in a really particular way, then you'll recognize some similarities. If, on the other hand, you listen to the song and you let it flow, then perhaps this will work fine. But this is a song called Holding Hands. I wrote it a little while ago. I wrote it for the person that I wanted to meet. I was at a really low ebb in my life, and I'm a resolutely optimistic person, and I couldn't believe that I wouldn't somehow find the person who was right for me, even though at the time it definitely seemed like that was what was happening. So I wrote a song for the person I hoped to meet, and in a wonderful kind of quirk of fate, in the time between writing it and recording it and the album coming out, I did in fact meet that person and marry that person. And so whether it's kind of that thing about sort of putting out into the world what you want to get back into it, who knows. But this is a song called Holding Hands. Thanks very much. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for listening, for staying tuned. Thanks to Maz and Gilmore Roberts as well. It's great to share a bill with you guys, even if it's virtual. So this is Holding Hands. I'm searching for my true love, and I know she's there. Just hold on, just hold on, and I promise I'll find you. And it won't be long. Just carry on. Just carry on. So I'm trying to be a better man, but the world goes Yes, the world goes on. Yes, the world goes on. One day, when all this is washed away, some will remain, full of hope in the pouring rain, and I'll see you there, with wet shoes and wet hair, and when the last day is done, we'll make it, yes. We'll make it. We'll make it somehow. You know we will. We'll be holding hands. We'll be holding hands. We'll be holding Thank you very much.
Really beautiful, really nice.
Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, I love the version with the is it clarinets, the recorded version? Is that what?
Yeah, it's with saxophones.
quartet?
Yeah, 4 saxophones. Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous, but it's beautiful to hear it on the guitar. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I wrote it on the guitar and then I had this idea to arrange it for horns, and yeah, it's been a real journey. I've done that song in so many different versions now, depending on the setup and who's around, and it's been great to work it out.
Oh, it's me. Sorry, I was expecting Kat and Jamie to go then. Cool. Well, all right then. I'll play you my last one. Thank you so much, Green Note, for having me. I love the Green Note. Had some amazing gigs there, and hope that we can again in the future. Not too far away future, I hope. And yeah, thanks to you guys, Magic Lantern and Gilmore Roberts, for a lovely evening of amazing music. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you to my backing choir as well. They've been great. So I'm going to play a song called Nicotine, which is my mum's favourite song from my new album. Yeah. So this is for Mama Bear. It's got a little joiny in bit if you fancy that. It goes like this. Da, 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 da.
Smoked up Sundays in your room, staying up and sleeping through to ease the crash of getting clean. One more patch of nicotine. My hair was red when we first met. You pulled it from my face and said, I reminded you of somebody you knew before you came to me. She was the real drug. I was a patch, the nicotine. She runs through your veins, and I'll never get beneath your skin. Da 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 da. Her father never did approve, didn't think too much of you. You sang to me her favorite song, said fathers always get you wrong. Well, your hair was starting turning grey, so you were gonna change your ways, starting with the company, and that was when you came to me. She was the real drug. I was a patch, the nicotine. She runs through your veins, and I'll never get beneath your skin. Da 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 da. So I found a man who drinks like you, and I let him tell me what to do. I smelt your smoke upon his lips, I felt your calloused fingertips. So now I guess I pass it on, and I sing to him your favorite song. I get him high and watch him fall, keep him waiting on my call. Reserve the right to speak your name, let him want me all the same. Your love, the real drug. He'll be the patch, the nicotine. You'll run through my veins, and he'll never get beneath my skin. Da 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 da.
Nice one. Nice one.
Thank you. And a bit glitchy
Great
a little
song.
there. Sorry about that.
That's cool. It's great.
Really,
Awesome.
really clever chorus.
Thank you
I
so
love
much. I'm very clever. This is what we're getting out of this evening, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the overriding theme.
Maz is
actually.
a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. It's
Are
a
you,
burden, but I carry it well.
Are you, Jamie and Maz, are you going to go and get some snacks after this gig?
Yeah, I know. What did you guys do about dinner?
Well, we had dinner and now we're ready for cheese and biscuits.
Because you've got a little baby.
Yeah, so
But
we
you
have dinner
eat
quite
at baby
early.
time.
We do, yeah. 5 p.m. So then you're nice and hungry for cheese and biscuits by 8 o'clock.
That sounds great. I haven't had my tea yet.
Oh, quick.
I
What are you
reckon we'll
gonna
work
have?
something out. We'll work something out.
Oh, right. Well, we're just going to play you one more and yeah, and then enjoy the rest of your evening. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, everybody.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It has.
And I was just saying at the start, it was really nice seeing the video of the Green Note and all the different clips from in there, because it really is a truly amazing venue, and we love being there when we can be, and we look forward to when we can be again. And we'd love it if we could do a bill with these guys as well, because it's nice to do one in the flesh.
That would be really nice. Yeah. So thank you to Imi and Rita for inviting us, and Oscar for hosting, and to Maz and Jamie for lovely music tonight. And we'll also say thank you to our daughter Rosalie, who's managed to stay asleep so far, enabling us to listen and play for you tonight.
Get through the last song first.
Yeah, let's see if we can get through it.
So we're going to finish off with a downbeat song. We're going to join you guys down there. This is a song, well, I'll just give you a bit of background. When I was a student, I used to work in a Subway sandwich shop, which gave me the pleasure of having the job title of sandwich artist. And when I worked there was a guy who was a regular customer. I say customer, he didn't really ever buy anything. He was just one of these sort of local eccentric characters. And he was a bit bonkers. Like, he used to come in pretty much every shift that I ever did, and you couldn't really get much sense out of him. But everyone seemed to know who he was, and I quite liked him. I got quite a soft spot for him. But there was one time that he came in and he just seemed quite a lot more coherent than other times, and I managed to have a semi-reasonable conversation with him. And it's that inspired this song. He's a guy called Louis, and this song's called Louis Was a Boxer. Was a wild one in his teens, a motorbike and attitude, and holes ripped in his jeans, living life too fast. And Louis was locally known for sometimes reasons good, but mostly things you can't condone. But he always had a blast. He'd often sport a shining eye and cuts from time to time, 'cause Louis was a boxer in his prime. And Louis was full of manly charms, a ladies' man with a silver tongue and muscles on his arms, a player in his day. And Louis made choices untoward. He liked to give the ladies things that he never could afford, yet he always found a way. But a skipping rope and punch bag helped him steer away from crime, 'cause Louis was a boxer in his prime. Louis now a long way past his prime. When I worked making sandwiches, I served him all the time, in his 60s, mid to late. A crazy drunk through and through, he clings to life by the skin of his teeth, of which he has just two. Downright sorry state. just wanders all alone. With bone legs and a walking stick, he argues on his own, the sort you would avoid. Louis takes free food for thought. He goes in Subway every day, but he's still a sandwich short, his sanity devoid. He told me his past one day when he wasn't quite so blind, how he wished he'd better spend his time. He took a blow too many, and now he's lost his mind. 'Cause Louis was a boxer, Louis was a boxer in his prime.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Louis was a boxer in his prime.
Yeah. Wow, what a great song, and what a great way to end the tonight's music. I think everyone will agree. Awesome, great music from everybody. Really great performances. It was a real pleasure to be part of this tonight, to be sitting and watching. And I say everyone will agree. We've had one angry face on Facebook, so what can you say? One angry face. But we've had lots of other people liked it. And then anyway, Mount Everest only has 4 out of 5 on Google Maps. So, you know.
Well, do you think it was maybe the person who wrote "Make Me Down a Pallet on Your Floor"?
Yes, that's probably what it was. It was somebody
I'm
who
so
was
sorry.
just, guys, why aren't you talking about me? But yeah, great. A really enjoyable evening of incredible musicianship. And yeah, thank you everyone for coming and playing this show tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure from our end. Before we let you go, there's a few things that I would like to mention that we should talk about. First of all, tonight's show there was no cover charge. There was no bouncer at the door telling you that you're not wearing the right kind of shoes. You could just come on in and enjoy the show. But we are asking people if they're able and willing to donate to the PayPal link for tonight's show. The money from the PayPal is split between the artists equally and us at Green Note as well, to help cover our costs. And and also I've developed a serious Lego habit under lockdown, and there's a really sweet Lego that I want. So we need those PayPal donations, guys. Please send it our way. And also there is a crowdfunder as well, which is not to do with tonight, but it's to do with the survival of Green Note in 3D, the real bricks and mortar Green Note. So if you are feeling especially generous, you could donate to both. Why not? Money to burn and all that kind of stuff. That's the police telling me they're coming on the way. Before I talk.
They're in Hackney, don't worry.
Okay, good. So that's it really. But before we go, I would like to just go around and talk about what each of these incredible musicians are doing, and what they're doing what they've got to put out there into the world, what they're leaving behind, what they're trying to get into people's hands and into people's ears. So, Jamie, I hear that I know you said that your EP was released in January, and that you're also working on a 4th album. So what's going on with you?
That's right, yeah. So I released this EP, The Life That I Have, in January. And since then, I've been kind of working on finishing the songs for this 4th record. Most of those songs are written on the piano, which is behind me. I would have played some of those tonight, but it felt a bit of a technical challenge to kind of swap between the two. So the album is called The Reckoning Bell, and I was in the studio for the first time on Monday, starting to kind of the very early stages of recording that, and I hope to record it this year and then get it out sort of, sometime, all being well with a fair wind, March or April next year.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting. I've been around at some of the at the birthing of your new records before. Invited, I have to say. I have, do. Whenever I attend a birth, I make sure I'm invited. Made that mistake. That's not a good mistake to make. So, it's a very exciting thing to be hearing about that because, great. With your music tonight, it's fantastic, and I'm a big fan, so it was really, really great to hear that's going on.
Cool.
Maz, you have got an album that was released in October, and apparently it still exists.
It does still exist. Yep, it's called Chosen Daughter, and that came out October last year. So that's on my Bandcamp along with everything else that I've recorded. If people want to go to that, that's the best place to get my music because that's directly from me, and I can sign them for you if you're interested. And then hopefully. Yeah, I've been writing quite a bit in lockdown and trying out some new sounds, working with some new people, new collaborators. So I'm looking forward to launching something a bit different, hopefully, by the end of the year. And,
intriguing.
Potentially taking on a moniker of my own. I'm figuring out all of that at the moment, but
Cool.
it's been quite a fun, creative time.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear you've been using your time well. That's really good. And finally, Gilmore and Roberts, you guys, you don't have new albums, but you do have a Patreon page. So please do explain what a Patreon page is for those people who are not up to the minute with the technological info and what all that kind of stuff is.
Well, I have to say, up until maybe this time last year, we also were not up to the minute with the technical info. But Patreon is a sort of, it's almost like a way of being directly involved in an artist's creative input. So it's like a subscription service where people pay an amount a month, which you can choose various different amounts. And for that subscription, they can have brand new songs from us as they appear, videos of us talking about previously released songs, cover versions, fiddle and guitar tutorials.
Request gigs.
Requests and live gigs through Patreon. So there's all kinds of exciting stuff that you can get involved with. And we also do have all of our albums as CD format and downloads, all available from our website, should Patreon not be your bag.
Great. Patreon's a really good way of doing things for musicians these days. It's kind of like that give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, give a musician a Patreon page and they will survive lockdown. I think that's a famous quote, isn't it?
Nice, Oscar. Nice.
Thanks very much, Jamie. You are too used to my dulcet tones, not amused in the slightest. So that is it on for us this week. We've got just to say thank you again to everyone for tonight. Absolutely, really, really beautiful music, really inspiring, really heartwarming. It was just a real pleasure to be part of it back here. I'd like to mention that next week we have, on Friday, this coming Friday, the 17th, we have Amy Montgomery and William Crichton and Jealous of the Birds coming up, which should be an absolutely brilliant show, and that we're here every Wednesday and Friday at 8 p.m. But that's it, really. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and do consider coming back online, and one day consider coming back in person when we're finally open. So thanks once again, and good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.